Morning Dave, here we are again at Seathwaite Farm and we're about to embark on yet another 13 miler. Esk Pike being the highest, just over 2,800 feet of height. How do you feel?
How do I feel? You're asking me too early how I feel. Ask me in 7 hours time.
Yes. Alright, well, you know, here we go, 13 miles. We got Seathwaite Fell, then Esk Pike, dropping down to Rossett Pike, then back up to Crags, Glaramara, and then Bessie Boot on Rosthwaite Fell. So, let's get on with it, shall we?
Sounds easy, doesn't it? Come along with us.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, let's show them what we're going to do. Today's walk starts from Seathwaite Farm, and we head towards Stockley Bridge. Then, going up the Styhead Tarn path, we get to a becklet and climb steeply to the top of Seathwaite Fell and the Wainwright cairn. A bit further on is Great Slack, the highest point, with another cairn. Then we drop down to Sprinkling Tarn for a quick break. Then onwards to Esk Hawes, where you can either go over Crags, turn right towards Sca Fell Pike, or as we did, carry on over Esk Pike. We get to Ore Gap and drop down towards Angle Tarn for another break. Then after a very refreshing and most enjoyable break, we head towards Rossett Pike. Have a quick look round there. We can see Pavy Ark and Harrison Stickle, etc. from there. Then onwards straight back to the Esk Hawes, where this time we turn right over Crags. Heading over the various tarns en route, which is High House Tarn, very nice, Lincoln Tarn, we eventually get to Glaramara, one of the highest points on this ridge at 783. We then drop down southeast over Coombe Head and Coombe Door, following the ridge over Great Hollow and arriving at Rosthwaite Cam, the highest point on the fell at 612, through Tarn at Leaves to Bessie Boot, the Wainwright top described in his pictorial guides to the Lakeland Fells. We then drop down and eventually go over Coombe Gill to arrive at the Allendale Ramble flat walk back to Seathwaite Farm. We planned about 13.5 miles. We ended up doing about 15.5 because we take time to explore all the fells and enjoy ourselves. Anyway, enjoy this walk. I know we did. The climb up to Seathwaite Fell's top following this becklet was quite steep, and Dave and I found it hard going. However, it didn't deter these two people to follow us, thinking that at the top of the climb was Sca Fell Pike. We had great pleasure in informing them that they still had quite a way to go. It never ceases to amaze us how people walk in the Lake District so unprepared, no map, not really knowing where they're going, and often without any water or kit, and bearing in mind that the Lake District's climate can suddenly change. It really does worry us sometimes when we see these people in just a pair of shorts with a bottle of water and they're about to embark on the highest fell in Lakeland. Right, Dave, here we are. Seathwaite Fell, the Wainwright top.
Bang!
Bagged and tagged. Go get it.
Hey.
Fantastic. That was some climb up here from the Styhead path, but well worth it. An excellent cairn. The views are very impressive from Seathwaite Fell, with Seathwaite, Derwent and Base Brown to the north, Green Gable and Great Gable to the west, and as Dave points out, we can see Lingmel and an excellent view of Great End. As the camera swings round, we can see Esk Pike in the background, Allen Crags and Glaramara to the east. Very nice views from this fell. The two main cairns are this one, which is the so-called Wainwright top at 601 metres, and then as you'll see later there's another excellent cairn at Great Slack, the highest point on Seathwaite Fell at 632 metres. There's some excellent tarns on this fell, there's at least 4, and it's a very enjoyable fell indeed, often neglected because everyone wants to get to Sca Fell Pike, and that's a great shame. Dave making his way now to Sprinkling Tarn. What a wonderful fell Seathwaite Fell is. Two tops, Great Slack and the Wainwright. It's just superb. No one's going up there with that snow on it. Right, it's very windy, but this is the top of Esk Pike, and I'm about to zoom in on Sca Fell. Zooming into Sca Fell Pike, you can see the hordes of people on the top there. Always the same at the weekend. One of the reasons we avoid it at the weekend. Always better to go during the week. Though it's always popular, of course. Zooming out, you can see Sca Fell and Slight Side there to the left. As we have another pan of Esk Pike, the views are very good on this rocky, craggy top. There's Bow Fell just there. Paviark, Harrison Stickle, and then round you've got Allen Crags, Glaramara, and then finally we can see Great End. Right, onwards! As we drop down from Esk Pike, we're joined by some people who have been enjoying the wonders of Bow Fell and Crinkle Crags, and together we drop down to Angle Tarn for a well-deserved second break. After a short but very refreshing break at Angle Tarn with Bow Fell towering over us, we made our way up the short path to our next quarry. As we looked back, we noticed that people were setting up camp round Angle Tarn to enjoy a night on the fells. Very nice too. But our top was coming into sight, and eventually, after a short period, we were at the top of Rossett Pike. Eventually we arrived back at the shelter of Esk Hawes, taking time to take a quick pose at the cairn where the coal is, and then as you can see in the background we now head north up the craggy path to the summit of Allen Crags. Allen Crags, Well done. Go bag it, Dave. Well done, mate. So we're off to Glaramara. Hopefully we'll still see it. High five, Dave. Glaramara.
The energy to give you a high five.
10 miles completed. Glaramara. There's the shelter. That's it. We've done the other little tops. Fantastic. Well done, mate. Only 3 more miles to go.
3 more miles. Have a look, folks. 3 more miles.
And eventually we'll drop down there, but I'm not letting him yet.
Well, at least 6 months warning for anybody who wants to come with us.
Alright. Yeah, if anyone else fancies being killed off, please come along on a Fat Boys Walk. Ready to go, boy? Right, let's head off. As we head towards Coombe Head and take a look back at Glaramara, we realise that the profile on memory map was not as accurate as we'd hoped. There's certainly a lot more ups and downs on this ridge than we were expecting. However, we got some nice views of these tarns in between Coombe Head and Glaramara. But soon we were heading up towards the top, and we took another break at the cairn here. We arrive at Rosthwaite Cam, the highest point on the fell at 612 metres, but we don't hang around because our goal lies ahead. So we quickly drop down to Tarn at Leaves and make our way up to Bessie Boot, considered by Wainwright to be the main top of the fell in his Lakeland guides. Last one, Dave. High five. Well done. An extravaganza. There we are. Rosthwaite, Bessie Boot, whatever it's called. I'm too worn out. Bessie Boot. There you go. Put a cairn on. Put a stone on the cairn. Put a stone on the cairn. That's it. There. High five again for what has been a marathon. Well done. After a well-earned rest and a final look round the very nice top of Bessie Boot on Rosthwaite Fell, with the light fading, it was time for us to accept that we needed to drop down. So without further ado, we started to head straight down towards Coombe Gill. We struggled to find a path initially, but eventually we found one, and we made our way over the gill towards the Allendale Ramble, where we eventually enjoyed a very nice 2-mile walk back to Seathwaite car park.